This call is being recorded.
Good day, everyone. How are you? This is Renee Rentmeester. I'm the creator and executive producer of the Cooking Without Looking TV show and podcast. We're the only TV show which features people who are blind and visually impaired. And I'm really excited for our guest today. I've known him a long time. He was on one of our TV shows and we've done things together. His name is Jose Lopez Masso of the Broward Lighthouse of the Blind. Welcome, Jose. Tell us your title.
Good morning, Renee. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Jose Lopez Masso, and I'm the Vice President of Development of the Lighthouse for the Blind in Broward County, Florida.
And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, before I talk a little more about me, let me tell you that indeed, you and I know each other for many, many, many years. I lost my eyesight in 2002, and I guess I met you already in 2003. And very soon after that, I was very excited because I got an invitation to be in one of your first Cooking Without Looking shows. I remember very well you
Right.
did Arroz con Pollo. I guess it was your second or your third show, so great
It was.
experience. Yes. And about myself, I'm a GD. I'm an attorney, and I have also a master's degree in business, Hamburg University in Germany, and suffered glaucoma from birth. But I was until 2002 when I lost my eyesight, and basically, as a brand new blind person, came to the lighthouse with not many expectations, very depressed and angry, and I was able to get back in life thanks to the skills that I learned here in the lighthouse and people around myself, like you. As you know, you were a very important part of my life when I came a not really pleasant situation, um, going to a public place with my guide dog. I don't know if you remember that, but thanks to you, everything got really sold down.
I do remember that. We got you on I believe Channel 4 and we riled up some people over at Taco Bell.
Correct. And because it's more than 10 years, we can disclose the name of the company. Yes, it was a Taco Bell that denied access to me and to my guide dog at that time.
Right. It's interesting how we have to educate people all the time. And I always try to say, well, it's education. We can't get angry with people. But at that time, I personally was angry at what they were doing to you because I knew you and knew you as a good person and why anyone would deny you to come in. And you think everybody knows that a guide dog goes everywhere, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, the unfortunate part I would say is that this is basically what make you or me and I mean all fellow around very, very sad but also frustrated and angry was that, I mean things could happen and you can educate your community, but in this case instead to settle and apologize, they decided to go on a different way. And I remember, if you remember, the spokesperson from Taco Bell came out. Oh well, the problem was that the dog was running and barking, and all the customers were very afraid. And and we know a guide dog don't do that, and
Right. Not at all.
we have been forced to teach in, in another way, and everything fine. So. And
Well,
again, bad things
um,
happens, but in the end, we reforce the company to do more training to their employees about guide dogs and all. So I mean, bad things happens, but with a good result in the end.
right, exactly. It all turned out well in the end. But thank you for reminding me of that, and thank you. That was such an interesting time. But how do you in your everyday life? How do you get people to understand? How do you tell people?
Well, I mean, this is also part of privilege to work here in the lighthouse. again, after I was done with my skills, learning skills and tools and how to use equipment, I was able to get back to work. Of course, it's never easy, especially in the beginning. But after a while, I was able to get a permanent job and worked on a small nonprofit. And then I get an invitation for a consulting contract at the Lighthouse for 6 months. And I'm recently celebrate 11 years at the Lighthouse of Broward. And yes, and again, is just step by step, and I have the opportunity to teach the community, to talk to the community how important it is. I mean, being blind or vision impaired doesn't mean that we are not able to compete with I always say the rest of the world, not the normal world, no, the rest of the world, because we are exactly the same. We probably approach things a little different, but we are so able to compete. And also, you know, and you see results. You have I mean, when I started here in the Lighthouse, um our presence in the community was not really huge, and now we have partnership with really big companies like Royal Caribbean, Holland America Cruise Line, Broward Performer Art Center. So, and recently, the Lighthouse is providing jobs to our blind and visually impaired community, what is extremely important because, as you know, unfortunately, right now, over 70% the legally blind persons are not able to get a job and need to be changed. And our CEO, Ellen Drotzer, have this as one of her main goals to help people that really want to go back to the work life. And that's what we
Mhm.
do, step by step, little by little. But our goal is to provide direct jobs at least to 25 folks by the end of 2020.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful because without jobs, you don't have prosperity. And what oftentimes happens is the sighted community doesn't understand that. As you say, you can do everything everyone else can, it's just in a different way.
Exactly.
And,
This is our main point. This is our main point when we go to the community to explain, like we are able to use computers and we use the phone and we are very good with our smartphones or iPhones, and we are really prepared to compete. And that is part of my job, not only to raise funds for the Lighthouse, but also to try to engage the business community to be a partner, no, a charity partner. We are not asking for charity. We are asking for
um,
opportunities to our blind and vision impaired community. In my case, in Broward County.
yes, yes. And I wanted to ask you a special question. You're married and you have a little girl, don't you?
Yes, and this is again part of I always tell to everybody, again, being blind is for sure not easy. And you need to adjust yourself. You need to adjust your life in total. But again, the world is still there. The opportunities are still there. You have to reach again in your own way, and that was my case. I mean, again, I lost my eyesight in 2002, and in 2008, I was working for a small nonprofit, and I went with a little group of clients to the Miami Sea Aquarium, and I met a young lady who was in charge of a manatee rescue program. And I mean, a year later, here I am. I got married to this young lady, and
Oh, that's wonderful.
my little daughter just turned on December 26th, 10 years old. So again, everything
Oh.
really possible if you have the positive attitude to fight back in life.
Well, tell us what it's like to be a parent of a child and without your sight.
I mean, again, probably not seeing is the only difference. The rest you have to deal with everything like a regular kind of sighted parent. I don't know. I guess is a very emotional kind of daily deal. Uh, because again, more the touching and the feeling is more involved. I guess you're getting very sensitive, and your kid as well. I can tell my daughter have a totally different kind of approach to me, that to my wife. I mean, she loves us and everything, but you can see it's a special relationship. And what have been totally amazing to watch on her, that from very early age she have been adjust to the situation. So again, we play like regular parents. I mean, I play ball with her, everything. Of course, she realized that I cannot see her at all, but she adjusts her playing without making a big deal. And for me, it was very kind of emotional. Like when she was like 2, 3 years, and you're on a restaurant or whatever, you want to go to the restroom, and she
Sure.
offered already to guide me around. Of course, I bumps again a bunch of tables and chairs in the beginning, but I wanted to let her, take care of business. And now, I mean, she get upset when we go somewhere and I'm hanging on mom. No, I have to be with her, of course. So it's great. It's an absolute great experience. And I mean, again, it's a different approach for sure, but I mean, I don't want to miss a second to be a dad.
No, and you know what? I bet she learns a lot of compassion from that, from knowing that you're blind, and then she knows that there are some things that, she has to do. And for her, it's not differently because, she's never been a kid, but, she, how does she react with you? Does she do some special things for you knowing that you can't see?
Well, for example, she loved to read to me. So every time I mean,
Oh,
now again, she's 10. She's very into the Harry Potter books. So she read Harry Potter every night. We have like kind of activity every night before she go to bed. So we read to her, or my wife read to her. But sometimes, well, no, sometimes on a regular basis, she wanted to read to me something, and then she make
oh.
voices. Depending on the character, she make voices, and it's so funny because again, now she's 10, but when she was 6 or 7, she knew that I couldn't see it. But then she took my finger and said, "Here, Dad. Here's a picture with the princess and whatever." So she was like showing me. She was, I don't know. She was thinking that, but because she was showing me the picture with my finger, so I was able to see the princess on the book. But I mean,
Oh.
yes, it's great. Again, she and I mean, she have been very fortunate because I'm here at the Lighthouse, so I take her to our kids event where all blind and vision impaired kids are involved. So she is helping and interact with kids. So she knows it's not just me. There are many people who are blind and vision impaired. That at some point I'm going to need some type of help.
That is really wonderful. I love that. That is such a great story that she takes your finger and puts it on the picture so that you can see, quote unquote, see the picture.
Exactly.
That is so cute. That is so cute. Do you have any like special story, something where someone like touched you in a special way and it made you think of how special you are to everyone?
I mean, she is like, in my case, my daughter, for example, we go based on my other commitments. As you know, I do a lot with cruise ships.
Hmm.
So, when you're on a cruise, and you're with a guide dog, people are very kind of, oh, want to touch a dog. And she's always like, she put a very serious face. And then she goes to the people, like, you cannot touch the dog. He's working. And a very kind of firm, kind of serious face. So, like, she is a guide dog instructor or so. It's always gotten very touchy. I mean, I love to see her in action when it's come to protect Dad and his guide dog when he is in public.
Oh, that is so sweet. And that brings up something. I bet there are a lot of listeners there going, well, how would a blind person enjoy a cruise? Would you like to explain that?
Yes, I mean, I'm a passionate cruiser, and yes, I mean, of course, we are not able to see whatever the ocean, but again, you can hear, you can feel. I mean, you can enjoy the shows, and you can do most activities. And honestly, the cruise lines are very committed to help. So if you want to go on a cruise, they're going to provide you, in our case, with large print menu if you are still able to print and read large print, or braille menus, also braille daily news. But also they have always a designated person at guest relations department to take care of people with disabilities. So I really don't feel that I miss a lot when I'm on the cruise. I feel really part of the guest there. It's a very very nice experience. Again, um, everything is braille over, so you can go by yourself. And now, how technology goes, most of the cruise lines have an app that you can download on your smartphone or on your phone, and navigate by yourself. I have been able to navigate with my dog, or with my cane by
Wow.
myself. Yeah, because the major cruise lines are working with app, and this is part of my job. I'm working with a major cruise line also to make their app more accessible to people who are blind or visually impaired.
Just amazing. And I was just thinking while I was listening to you, like when I've been on a cruise, if you're sighted, you sort of just lie back on the lounge chair and you close your eyes. so so that you can feel the breeze, so that you can, there's smells, and the food is just delicious. But as a sighted person, we close our eyes to enjoy the experience often.
And Renee, you know that most of the people, I mean, if you're not doing any kind of, I mean, you can participate in other activities. Again, like they have daily trivia and stuff like this, and you're going to, join another team, and that they are people, really passengers are absolute willing to partner to help you out. But at the same time, listen, when you're on the cruise and you are not participating that, I don't know, any kind of activities, sighted people, sit down, as you say, grab a cocktail, and trust me, as a blind person, you can drink your cocktails at all, no problem on the cruise as well. And people take a book. I take my audiobook. I mean, the same deal. My wife is sitting next to me. She's reading with her Kindle a book, and I have my audiobooks. So same deal. I mean, doesn't
Right,
matter
right.
really. I mean,
It
I
brings you.
really, yeah, I really recommend everybody to try, uh, because it's an absolute nice experience. Probably if you travel by yourself, it could be a little scary, but maybe you can deal with, do something together with friends. Or hey, if you really feel free to give me a call, and I can give you more info and little tips how to deal with it. But it's really a great experience, and being blind or visually impaired is not an excuse to have fun on a cruise. That's for sure.
Well, that sounds wonderful. And Jose, tell us how people can get a hold of you and your website.
Correct. Our website is www.lhob.org. LHOB states for Lighthouse of Broward. And my email is J Lopez, Lopez, at, again, LHOB.org. And my phone number is 954-463-4217.
I bet you've done that already. Cruising, maybe cruising with Jose and the family.
Renee, unfortunately, you got cut probably for a minute, so I was not able to listen to it.
No problem. I was going to say that, they can always give you a call and everyone goes cruising with Jose.
Correct. No problem.
Okay, well, thank you, Jose. We've been with Jose Lopez Masso today of the Broward Lighthouse, the Blind. He's Vice President of Development. And I'm Renee Rentmeester, Cooking Without Looking. We're changing the way we see blindness. If you want to reach out to us, we're at www.cookingwithoutlookingtv.wordpress.com. Thank you so much again, Jose, for being with us.
Thank you so much for the invitation, Renee. Have a great day.
Oh, you as well. Take care.